All right, y'all, we are back with another video. I definitely had to bring y'all this. Seemed like, corrupt Chuck Schumer just accidentally admitted to a federal crime. Now, we all know that a lot of these Democrats been turning on Chuck Schumer. They've been trying to get him to step down ever since he sided with President Trump. And it just done got out of hand. So, even though they trying to get him to step down, he's still been taking his shots at Donald Trump, saying crazy stuff about Elon Musk. But Chuck Schumer should have washed his mouth before he accidentally admitted to something that he should never did. So like I said, we're going to go ahead and check this out. Please hit that like button. Subscribe to the channel. That way you can stay up to date with everything that's going on. And shout out to the ones that always stay to the very end, because you definitely help get the video out there. And the ones that always let me know in the comment section that you did stay to the end. I appreciate all of you for that. But Chuck Schumer is in some serious trouble. And like I said before, his own side already done turned on him. The Democrat Party done turned on Chuck Schumer, so they begging for him to step down because they don't want anybody over there from the Democratic Party siding with Donald Trump on anything. So without further ado, let's go ahead and dive straight into this, y'all. Let's go.
Ladies and gentlemen, Democratic Senator Chuck Schumer just messed up big time. You see, yesterday afternoon, Senator Chuck Schumer sat down with PBS NewsHour to talk about the Democrats' so-called strategy to combat President Trump's evil Republican agenda. And sure, that's standard partisan rhetoric, but here's the problem. Chuck Schumer accidentally admitted to committing a federal crime.
Wow.
And no, I'm not joking. So folks, I want you all to take a listen to the clip. Then we're going to have a lot to talk about.
In 2017, when he was last here, Nancy Pelosi and I said we're going to go after him on health care. He was very unpopular with that. We're going to go after him on tax breaks for the rich. And then we won the House and picked up some seats in the Senate in 2018. Same thing is going to happen now. And we're going to go after him in so many different ways. We are doing much better on the social media, led by Cory Booker and Tina Smith in our House. And so we're reaching people who were not reached before. We are mobilizing in New York. We have people going to the Republican districts and going after these Republicans who are voting for this and forcing them to either change their vote or face the consequences.
Wow.
This is a long...
He said change their vote or face the consequences. What? I mean, this right here is ridiculous. This the reason why the Democrats, to me personally, I don't think they'll ever win again. Of course, we know they're going to try to cheat, but President Trump, them Republicans, they are watching for this time. What happened in 2020 is not going to happen again. I can guarantee you that. They'll never win again. These people think about this. They put illegal aliens over the American people. They care about illegal aliens, people who don't supposed to be here, men playing in women's sports. This is where Democrats support. American people, we don't support that. And then you got Chuck Schumer running his mouth. I mean, this is crazy. Let's listen to more.
Relentless fight that we fight every day. And I am confident that we will bring Trump's popularity, numbers, and strength down.
Wow.
If we keep at it and keep at it and keep at it.
Okay,
Wow.
So folks, did you hear that bit at the end? As Chuck Schumer very clearly said, we are mobilizing in New York. We have people going to the Republican districts and going after these Republicans who are voting for this and forcing them to either change their vote or face the consequences.
Yeah, see, that's what I was saying when he was talking about force them to change their vote. So that's a threat. You're going to try to force somebody to do something, then if they don't, something else is going to happen if they don't. My God, think about if President Trump would have said that. It'll be all over CNN, MSDNC, ABC, all the leftist networks. It will be everywhere if Donald Trump just said what Chuck Schumer said. They will be talking about it nonstop.
Now, folks, in case you didn't know, that is a big-time federal crime. You see, according to the Voting Rights Act of 1965, you are not allowed to intimidate, threaten, or coerce anyone in an effort to interfere with their vote, including elected officials.
Yep.
But so here we have the Senate Minority Leader, one of the most powerful Democrats in the country, bragging on live television about how they're sending out people to pressure Republicans into changing their votes, or quote, face the consequences.
Wow.
But now, folks, here's the deal. We all already know that the Democrats and their progressive NGO buddies have been paying protesters for decades, but this right here, this is next level. This isn't just some shady backroom deal or a group of anonymous protesters. No, this is Senator Chuck Schumer on live television openly admitting that the Democrats are sending paid agitators into Republican districts to intimidate voters. And remember, let's not forget that this is coming from the very same people that love to get up on their soapbox and preach about how President Trump and all of his radical MAGA voters are a threat to our democracy.
Yep.
Folks,
Yeah, they kept saying it for the longest. Donald Trump is a threat to democracy. Him and the MAGA. They're a threat to democracy. And look what these Democrats been doing ever since Donald Trump won. Burning up Tesla cars. I mean, look what they doing to Tesla car lots. My God.
This is not just peak progressive hypocrisy, but you know what? It's a federal. But now, folks, there's actually another clip I want you to take a look at from the very same Chuck Schumer PBS interview from just the other day. And shockingly, it gets even worse. But first, I want to say real quick that if you guys enjoy the daily news coverage, please consider subscribing to the channel because it really does help a ton with my daily struggle against the YouTube algorithm. But okay, folks, take a look at this.
There are those who believe that we are, in real time, living through an assault on the constitutional order. Do you believe that we are in a constitutional crisis right now?
Yes, our democracy is at risk because Donald Trump shows that he wishes to violate the laws in many, many different ways. The good news here...
How is he violating the law? Chuck Schumer, how is he violating the law? And he's doing everything he said he was going to do on the campaign trail. How is he violating the law? Y'all the ones are violating the law because y'all can't stomach the fact that Donald Trump done won. Y'all cannot stomach the fact that Donald Trump won, and everything in y'all eyes, everything he do is wrong. It no matter what he do. He said it at his speech the other night, about 3 weeks ago. He said, no matter what I do, I cannot make these people happy. I can't get them to clap. I can't get them to stand up and just do anything. They just sit there mean mugging, holding up signs and stuff like that, protesting during his speech. I mean, this is crazy.
We did put 235 judges, progressive judges not under the control of Trump last year on the bench, and they are ruling against Trump time after time after time.
Hold on, you say y'all put some judges on the bench to rule against Trump? Let me take that back again. Hold on.
Good news here is we did put 235 judges, progressive judges not under the control of Trump last year on the bench, and they are ruling against Trump time after time after time.
So, folks, there you have it. It's plain as day. Chuck Schumer just openly admitted that the Democrats specifically appointed 235 radical progressive federal judges for the sole purpose of ruling against President Trump. And then he justifies it by saying that President Trump is a threat to our democracy. So just let me make sure that I get all of this straight. In order to protect democracy, Democrats are installing hundreds of partisan federal judges with the explicit goal of undermining the democratic will of the people who just overwhelmingly voted for President Trump.
Wow.
Yeah, folks, that makes absolutely no sense at all. Folks, this isn't even hypocrisy anymore. This is just absolute astounding levels of idiocy. I don't even know how people like Chuck Schumer look at themselves in the mirror.
Exactly.
But hey, you know what? Maybe we're being a little bit too rough on old Chucky Schumer here. As you all know, things have been a little bit rough for him as of late. Take a look.
Many Democrats are angry at Schumer. Among them right now, we've all seen the news. He's about as popular as chlamydia. But that to me says as much about the Democratic Party as it does about Senator Schumer. What it tells me is that the loon wing of the Democratic Party is firmly in control. Now that's great for the Republican Party, but it's bad for America. These people are deeply weird. For example, no honest person whose IQ is above his age doesn't believe that that biological sex doesn't exist, but they do. That's what I mean when I say they're deeply weird. Our Republican secret plan for dealing with the Democrats is called Operation Let Them Speak. But that's good for our party, but it's bad for America.
And you know what, folks? He is absolutely correct about everything he just said.
Salute Senator
It's
Kennedy.
true. Chuck Schumer is about as popular as chlamydia. And it's also true that every time the Democrats open their mouths, they just look like massive idiots. But here's the thing. As funny as it is to watch the Democrats flounder on a daily basis, this isn't actually a good scenario for the country overall. Because let's be real here, we're talking about the second largest political party in the United States getting completely hijacked by insane, radical, progressive nutjobs. And as it looks right now, there's no reason to believe that the Democrats are going to moderate themselves anytime soon. Right now, the Democrats have a one-way ticket straight down the ideological drain of progressivism. They just suffered one of the worst election losses in modern history, and
and they're going to continue to lose, especially with the mindset that they have. Then they up here saying that AOC is their future. So y'all telling me that the Democrats, if AOC all y'all got to put against J.D. Vance in 2028, I would take that all week and twice on Sunday. I would take that twice on Sunday. J.D. Vance would destroy the mess out of AOC. You know why? Because she thinks just like Joe Biden. She thinks like Kamala Harris. She wants illegal aliens here. She don't care about the American people. Who is going to vote for the Democrats? Especially if AOC is the only person that y'all got. Y'all really don't have anybody over there. Who you going to get, Jasmine Crockett? Somebody, see the thing here with the Democrats, it don't matter who y'all pick. All of y'all think alike. All of y'all think alike. So it really doesn't matter. I don't see nobody over there in the Democrat Party that's going to beat J.D. Vance in 2028. I don't see it.
What's their solution? Double down, triple down, go even further left. And folks, just to put things into perspective here, right now the Democratic Party's national approval ratings are the lowest they've ever been in U.S. history, 29%. And so given things right now are catastrophically terrible for the Democrats, what's Senator Chuck Schumer's plan to fix all of that? Oh, you know, just stuff like paying people to intimidate Republican voters and appointing hundreds of activist federal progressive judges to sabotage the democratically elected president of the United States. Surely that'll win over the hearts and minds of the people. Look, folks, I'd love to be able to hopefully say that the Democrats are going to come to their senses and moderate themselves at some point in the near future. But personally, I'm not holding my breath. Because the reality is, at this point, the Democratic Party seems absolutely hell-bent on self-destruction.
Yep.
And so personally, you know what I say? Let them do it. But now, folks.
Salute to Matt Morris. Make sure y'all go subscribe to his channel. Let him know in the comment section that DAREALADOGG sent you. I definitely had to check this out when he said that Chuck Schumer accidentally admits to a federal crime, and he did. He pretty much telling us that Democrats are getting judges that they know is going to go against President Trump. So they only appoint judges that don't like Donald Trump, pretty much Democratic judges. So he just admitted to everything on TV. Like I said before, let it would have been on the shoe on the other foot, and Donald Trump said, I'm going to appoint these judges to go against the Democrats. What you think they'll be talking about right now? It will be nonstop television. It will be everywhere. The View. I mean, all these leftist networks that don't like Donald Trump, they will be talking about it, playing the clip nonstop. But look what Chuck Schumer just admitted to. He pretty much just told on the party. Maybe that's one of the reasons why they want Chuck Schumer to step down, because maybe they didn't want him saying that on top of him siding with Donald Trump on that spending bill. But, I mean, this is something else. So, like I said, y'all let me know what y'all think about this in the comment section. Thank you all for watching, especially the ones that made it to the end, and I'll catch y'all in the next one.